So this is the biggest mistake that I made when I put my business on autopilot. What's up, y'all? It's AJ Simmons with the Clean Biz Network. So as a lot of you know, I basically put my cleaning business on autopilot in Virginia, and then I moved to Florida, and it was running, right? I didn't lose too many accounts. We didn't get a lot of complaints as far as cleaning. I had inspectors in place. I had a manager in place. Everything was good to go. I had it all set up, right? But here's a mistake that I made. I created a system for my business to sustain without me, and that's great. But I never put in a system to grow the company without me. See, my company did not have a way to grow without me because the manager that I had in place did not know how to bid on accounts. They did not know how to go out and get accounts, how to cold call, none of that. Okay, they had no idea what to do, and quite frankly, they didn't really have the desire to do it or the time. Because what ended up happening was, when I left, I put a manager in place and an inspector in place, and then I had my cleaning personnel who took care of the cleaning of the accounts. Well, as time went on, we did accept a few accounts here and there from the franchise company that I'm with. And what ended up happening was, as we accepted those accounts, as I didn't set up in a place a system for us to grow, we didn't have a system in place for the hiring either, okay? And so what ended up happening was, every time we took on a new account, my manager cleaned that account. And so as we grew, because we did grow some, but obviously, like I tell you all the time, if you don't have a system in place, and you don't have other people in place to work those accounts, you're going to limit your growth. And so we limited our growth by having most of the new accounts that we received going to the manager. And after a while, he became tapped out. Okay, so once the manager was tapped out, we couldn't grow anymore, right? And then also he's trying to clean these accounts and manage the company itself. And after a while, one person can get burned out. Now, we didn't grow to the point where he was burned out, but we definitely pushed him to the limit. And so, and he was actually working 7 days a week. And so what I'm now having to do is go back to the drawing board and go back and fix this, okay? And now I'm putting together a new system in place, so now we can figure out how to grow and put a system into place for growing as well. But that means I got to go back to the drawing board. I got to get back involved. I got to get my hands dirty again and get back actively involved in the business. So this is what I want to tell you. Learn from my mistake, right? When you put your system in place, make sure that you cover all aspects, or as many aspects as possible. It's cool when you can put a system in place for your company to sustain itself, okay? To inspect the accounts, to make sure that the current customers are maintained. But what about growing? Okay, because if you're going to have a company and it doesn't have a plan for growth, then it's pointless. Okay, it doesn't even make sense to even have it at that point if it's just going to sit there and stay stagnant. Because the truth of the matter is, you can't keep accounts forever, right? So if you don't have a plan to always constantly grow that business, it's going to eventually not become a business, because at some point you're going to lose those accounts, whether the customers that you have go out of business, whether they move to a new location that already has cleaning included in their monthly rents. It could be a numerous of different reasons for why you might lose business, okay? So you always have to have a plan in place and a system in place for how you're going to grow that business, okay? Because that's what you want, all right? The bigger you grow that company, the bigger your check will be, the more money that you can sell that business for if you want to sell it, okay? But either way, you have to continue to grow that business, okay? If you're not looking to grow that business, you don't have a plan to grow that business, then it's pointless for even having a business, okay? So that was my biggest mistake for putting my company on autopilot. So make sure that you don't make that same mistake, okay? Put people in place, put sales reps in place, put whatever you got to do in place to make sure that there's a system in place for growing your business with or without you, okay? So hopefully this message was able to help you. This is AJ Simmons for the Clean Biz Network. And by the way, make sure you join the Clean Biz Network. We're looking for more members. We'd love to have you on board, and we're learning and teaching each other new things every day. I even learn from it sometime, but obviously I'm the main one giving out all the advice. So I look forward to seeing y'all inside. For those who have just joined recently, thank y'all for joining again. I welcomed you before, but I welcome you again. All right, so thank y'all. I'll talk to y'all soon.